Hello and welcome to the first of, I'm sure, several live Q&A sessions for Operation Black Dagger 2. We just came off an amazing weekend for Operation Icebreaker. It was a really great event. Had a good turnout. Met some great players, some players that played at the first Black Dagger. So it was an awesome time. Awesome weekend, great time. I want to thank Fort Stewart Airsoft for that as well, allowing us to come out there and play. We raised some good money for the MWR. It was a great time. So that's what we're looking to repeat here for Operation Black Dagger 2, the Hollistan Offensive. So we're going to go ahead. Let me get that on. We're going to go right over into our Facebook page, and we're going to go ahead. Excuse me. So one of the first things that are very noticeable is we're changing our field location. We're going from a obviously smaller field of Georgia Airsoft out to Alabama, about 4 hours away from Richmond Hill, Georgia, if you're looking on a map. And we're going out to a very large facility that has buildings on it. And it plays very much into our event and our event storyline. So one of the things I want to show you guys is we have, let me go right off the bat. Let's go ahead. We have a community we have a community page for Operation Black Dagger 2, the Hollistan Offensive. And this will be where you guys find things such as your rules, any updates on just the general event information and what's going on. This is our community page. So you can share this out with your friends and other airsoft players, letting them know that, hey, this is here. We've already started going over a little bit of some of the things for Black Dagger 2. We've already got our group for role playing, around 17 players that have already volunteered to be role players. So that's a big bonus, and that helps us out a lot, having those role players. As you can see here, here's the event, and we'll get into the actual event posting here in a minute. But as you see right here, you guys will see we'll create all our live Q&A sessions right here off of this page. We're going to try to have one every month. Unless something huge happens, we will go ahead and we will post up our live Q&A session for Black Dagger 2. We'll have one every month. And then as we get closer to the event, they'll start to be twice a month. So that way we can get more information out to you guys. So right now there's not a whole lot really going on here. We did clean up the page a little bit, so that way you guys are able to see what's going on. We've gotten the story written for this event, and it is posted in the event. We'll go over that and talk about that here in a minute. We are going to have a I guess the term that a lot of people use is the tier 1 op or the night op, and that's going to be on Friday night. So, and I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering about pricing. I've already had people ask me when registration is going to be opening up. So again, we're already getting there, and I'm going to go over pricing as well, so you guys understand that as well. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys the video. We're going to go out to YouTube here, so you can actually watch a quick little video of the field. It's called the Center. And again, this is about a 4-hour drive from where I live. There is sound behind this video, but if you're already a member on the community page, you can go and watch it again. Obviously, we had a lot of people watch it and share it. But I'm going to go ahead. We're going to go out to Facebook here. We're going to open this in a new tab. And we're going to go and share this for you guys so you can watch this as well. And throughout this, like I said, there is sound to this video, some music, but here you're just getting an overview of what this facility looks like, what the center looks like for this. I can tell you guys, I'm planning on going out at the end of February to actually go out and do a field walkthrough, and we're going to broadcast live from that area as well. But as you can see, it does offer a wide variety of terrain and play. Also, somebody had asked if there's camping allowed. Yes, there is camping allowed on site. I do want to stress this is a bio-BB event. So, you know, that's something to think about as well. So to make sure our on-site vendor, which we've already talked to, we're going to have Grey Wolf Tactical Combat, who is the Docs Productions go-to vendor. They're going to be out there. We've also talked with a few others. I guess we're looking at a couple other sponsors coming on board and being out there as well. You know, Falcon Battle Systems will be out there, but then again, I'm presenting and doing the event. So I'm really looking forward to this. There is power out on this field, which is nice. So, you know, vendors and whatnot will have abilities to charge things and such of that nature. So as you're getting a view, you know, that schoolhouse and stuff like that. Like I said, very interesting. It's going to give a lot of play, and it should be a great time all the way through. So I'm looking forward to getting out there to this place and checking it out, actually doing a full walkthrough of it with, you know, live broadcast, videotaping, and stuff like that. So. Now, here is the active play area for our event with this. This is one thing I want to show. This is possibly in the future. So again, you look at how big this AO is actually, and actually can be. You're looking at a pretty large AO that we can have access to. I mean, just the active area alone is going to give us a large amount to utilize as well. So that's something to take into consideration. And as you know, the events get bigger and stuff, we can actually creep into this area here. So that's something to think about. Now, the yellow buildings, from what I understand, these yellow areas are off limits. So I believe those, if I'm able to read, yeah, off limits is the yellow. I believe green side is possible hospitality. So maybe potential birthing sites on site. I'm going to get more information on this, because if that's a case, then you know, that might be possible. I'm not sure. Those almost look like houses, but again, I have more information on this area here. But I mean, as you can see, even with these areas that you can't enter, it still plays into our area. And I believe when I was talking with Dave, this area through here can be used for camping and vendors, as we want to keep the vendors as close to the field as possible. But then if you guys look at it, here's our city area. And then you have all this wooden terrain on the backside. So again, good size field. And there, we're just letting you know that, hey, within a 10 miles, you got 5 hotels, you got fast food restaurants, things of that nature. So again, this gives us a huge amount of area to play in. So let's, while we're discussing, I mean, that's our field location right there. Let me just see. Let's see. Okay. I'm bouncing through everything here. So let's go ahead and we'll go right into our notes section where you guys can find, you know, right here, new event rules. uniforms. And this is one of the things I wanted to talk about. And we will be updating gear lists and things of that nature. So let's go right now. Let's go right into the uniform section, because this is always a huge area of question throughout the whole entire planning process for Icebreaker. This was the biggest question. What can this be worn on this site? Can this be worn? Can this be worn? Can this be worn? And if they would have just went and read the little part in the event details, they would have seen that, oh, yeah, that doesn't work for green. But as we see the tan side, you know, DCU 3-color deserts multicam, and that's not your or this is your multicam. This is not the multicam Tropic. So desert marpat, solid tan, tan flight suits, and that would fit in with the solid tan. AOR1, which again goes with your desert digital, so your desert marpat, Cryptech Nomad, ATAX AU, multicam arid, inland Taipan. Headgear must match faction color or base color, so tan. You know, you can have a helmet that's base color is tan and then you tiger striped or something. Tack gear color doesn't matter. So if you got a black vest, that doesn't matter. And tops and bottoms don't have to match. So it gives you the chance to wear, you know, if you want to wear something like a multicam pant bottom with a tan top, you can. Don't ask me about black. All right, plain and simple, I'm telling you right now, don't ask about black. Black is not going to be worn at all. If black is worn at all, it will be given to a particular group because they are doing something outside these normal two teams. And then we go right into, you know, the green side, M81 Woodland, Woodland Marpat, AOR2, which is your Marpat pattern pretty much, Cryptech Mandrake, ATAC FG, OD, which again your flight suit fits in, multicam Tropic, Kaiman. Again, headgear has to match or base color. So OD green is the base color. Tack gear again does not matter. Tops and bottoms do not have to match. Now it's right here. We tried to accommodate a couple groups, and after we changed our uniforms around, that particular group or groups never showed up. So it was kind of like a punch in the face. Don't come and ask me about German gray, you know, because you're a World War II reenactor and that's all you have. I'm giving you guys plenty of time, and I can tell you right now, I was at a local surplus store, and for a pair of DCUs, the 3-colored deserts, it was $20 for the top and $20 for the bottom. I bought a brand new pair of OD green bottoms, $40 at a surplus store. You know, this is the time now that you can start searching the surplus store. So again, if it's not listed, don't ask about it. We are not going to allow any changes from this uniform list at all. So if it's not on here, don't ask me. It's just not going to happen. If I see questions about it, more than likely, I will just direct you to the rules or to this post and say, read here. Is it listed? Yes or no? It is upon you as the player to read the list, these type of things. And that's why I'm showing you guys where it's at right now. You come into the main page, you go down to notes, there's event rules, there's uniform, and then over here is gear list. And we'll expand on this gear list right here to include a few more things, especially if you're camping out. So definitely, please follow the instructions. read the rules, read the uniforms. The event rules that we're going by are the same event rules that we went by for Icebreaker. They worked out really well. They really didn't give us a lot of issues. And the one thing I want to hit on the rules, because we had a lot of players that asked questions about it, so we're going to help you out here a little bit. So we all know, hang on one second, let me actually get to my medic rules. All right. So pretty simple. You get hit, you put your dead rag on, kneel down or lay down so that way you're not in the field of fire. You're not a human shield. You're not to be used as a human shield. Don't let us catch you, trying to be a shield for your buddies, or we'll actually pull one of your cards, and that'll be a warning, because that in and of itself is cheating. If we get any sort of call stating that people aren't waiting their bleed out time, we will actually go watch a group get hit, and we will time you. We will just sit back and time you. If you don't want to call it, not only are we going to deduct points for each one of you that didn't wait your full 5 minutes, but we're also going to pull each one of your first warning cards for not waiting your full 5 minutes. I understand you want to get back into the game as quickly as you can, but there's a reason for that 5 minutes. It's simulating reality. You wait 5 minutes, you have to walk back to your respawn to come back in. It's not like you're just instantaneously coming back. So ricochets don't count. So I hit off a wall, then it hits you. But if you're in doubt, call yourself out. That's just the best way to do it. Medics. All players are medics. Okay? Each player is required to carry 2 bandages with them. And what I'm telling you to do is go to CVS, go to Walgreens, go to Walmart, go to the dollar store, buy one of the wide, I believe they're 6-inch wide ace bandages, cut it down the middle, and then cut those in half. That will give you enough bandages for 2 players. Each player will carry 2 of those bandages on them. If you don't have bandages when a medic comes, a medic cannot use their bandages on you. They must use your bandages. All right? If you don't have any, you wait your 5-minute bleed out time and you walk yourself back to respawn, and it's going to be a very tiring game for you. All right? So we're starting right now. We're here at January 31st. We're looking at 7 months out from this event, and I'm already telling you guys what you need to get. Now, I'll even tell you that I will purchase a case of these ace bandages, and if you don't have them at the event, because we're actually going to ask you, it's going to be part of our check to see your 2 bandages. And what we're going to do is, when we see your 2 if you don't have your bandages, you can purchase one right from us right there. You ace bandage roll, so that way you have them. So I behoove you to go out now and already get them. This is a standard thing within the medic rules right here. It makes you responsible. Instead of the event organizer making sure that we have, 400 pieces of rope all cut this long. This makes you guys accountable. All players must have an IFAK on their person that will contain the 2 ace type bandages for the medic to treat them. So what I recommend is just a basic pouch. Take a black Sharpie or a red Sharpie and put a cross on it. That's your IFAK. That's where the medic's going to look. They're not even going to ask you. They're going to look for that pouch with the cross on it and pull it out. As we move on in later sessions, I'll show you guys how I have mine set up and where I keep my bandages. So this is a big one. If you have any questions, please let us know. Let me see if anybody's asking anything. Nope. So let's go back to where we were. The other thing, so you guys can start planning this now. We chrono with 0.3 gram BBs for everyone, not just riflemen, not just 366 FPS or 1.55 joules with a 3 gram BB for riflemen. Okay. 1.86 joule support gunners and DMR with a 50-foot MED. And 3.6 joule sniper bolt action at 100-foot MED. The other weapons that will fit in this category are the SVD, because they're a sniper rifle. They can also be used as a DMR, but they are a sniper rifle. The SR-25, which is a sniper rifle. It only has the semi-auto function only. It is a sniper rifle. It is not a DMR. It can be used as a DMR. The one things that I put to you guys, and we'll go explain this later, is each team is allowed per platoon one sniper team. And what a sniper team is one scout and one sniper, not one sniper and 5 scouts. That's not how it works. One sniper, one scout. That's it. And that's one per platoon. And we're going to talk about team size and platoon size here in just a minute. All HPA system weapons will chrono with a 0.3 gram BB with a limit of 1.55 joules unless it's of a DMR, sniper, or support class weapon. All right. So if you bring me up an HPA tapped, Chris Vector mags, and that's what you're running, it has to fall within that 1.55 joules. All right. Plain and simple. It's not a DMR. It's not a sniper or a support class. Support and sniper weapons must be accurate in appearance. An M4 is not a DMR. An AK with a box mag is not a support weapon. And all regulators will be zip tied and sealed. So plan on that. We just went and purchased, or we're going to purchase, I'm sorry. We're going to purchase our zip ties for this event and tamper tape as well that we can actually put around the zip ties to see if you're messing with them. I will post and I had to do this for Icebreaker further on down the line, but I will do it again for this event as well, is I will post up what support weapons are allowed, what is considered a DMR or a sniper rifle, so that way there's no questions. A DMR is usually or a designated marksman rifle, or designated marksman rifle is usually like an M16, full-length M16, full stock with an ACOG on it. That's usually your DMR rifle. So, if you want to look at it, you could look at Chris Kyle's Mark 12 or Mark 11. That's a DMR rifle. That's what we would consider a DMR. UAVs and UAGs, we will have UAVs in the field. Some of them will be support packages that can be earned or purchased for use. Some of them will be part of our media team that will be doing flyovers to just get aerial video of the event, so that way we have some really cool video to put out there for sponsors and things of that nature. We're working on our rule set, and that will come as well here in the future. And again, no refunds. Refunds only to military service members who have duty or get called up. Tickets, however, can be sold, can be transferred. You just need to let us know who you sold it to and their name, so that way we can find your name on the roster and place their name there instead. So just to get that out there. Again, you guys can find the gear list right here, and it will expand. So let me go ahead. Let's go home here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right into our events. And here we have it right here. Let's go right into the Operation Black Dagger 2, the Hulistan Offensive. Give you a little bit of the storyline here. So basically what happened last year as the back and forth conflict went for Sheldistan, the Dinesh army got pushed back into a village that's right on the border with Hulistan, and now they are trying to stop the Hulistan army from pushing them past their borders, or pushing past this village. Now I'm going to give you guys a little insight in here. Is as this event goes on, this is one of our yearly events. They will push each area. There are 4 distinct areas, possibly more, within this country, Sheldistan, that have significant values one way or another. They produce something extra that is needed by either side to help push back. So that's something to think about. Here we go. The conflict has moved into its second year of bloody fighting between the Dinesh and the Khalistan armies. Many civilians have been displaced in the country of Sheldistan. The war is now pushed into the Sheldistan town of Kiev. Kiev is known for its steady production of oil, titanium, and drugs. The Khalistan leader, General Tiv, is now wanting to push even harder into Sheldistan by taking the town and using it for their continued push into the country of Sheldistan. Meanwhile, General Yuri of the Dinesh army has started to dig in around the town of Kiev. They have vowed to protect this town and all of its resources. Little do they know there is something much more valuable residing within the town. NATO forces are in the area. The USS Trump carrier battle group is off the coast on standby with bombers if they are needed. NATO QRF forces have been put on standby and are there to assist the evacuation of the people of Kiev. There's also reports that the bioterrorist that created the RX-254 is in the AO as well. Unknown operatives have been put on task to locate and extract at all costs. And again, is this the turning point the Dinesh army needs to push back the Khalistan army? Or is this the beginning of the end for the Dinesh and the freedoms of the Sheldistanian people? We will soon find out. So yes, the storyline, I mean, if you look at what's going on, you could even look kind of like at the Ukraine, at the annex of the Ukraine with Russia. We're going off something along those lines. And as the story moves on and as we push forward, you guys will see more and more information, intel, briefing videos coming out to help you guys. We do have somebody who is going to be coming out to play our bioterrorist. And, you know, as I was telling you guys that we have a quote-unquote tier 1 mission or direct action mission, that mission will actually have consequences or rewards depending on which side wins in this come Saturday morning when we kick off. So that's something to think about as well. Right now, our sponsors are obviously Falcon Battle Systems and Grey Wolf Tactical Combat. We've had a couple questions come up here since we've started talking about this event. Will there be technicals at the AO or no? Dave Gibson, he has yes, and I am talking to him about potentially having another one. So we're getting approvals. We have to get permission for some of this stuff. What rule set will it be? Will it be a milsim or no? Yes, this is a milsim event. It will follow a milsim rule set. And then do we need to bring tents and everything because it's a 3-day op? I will tell you right now, yes. If you plan on camping out there, it's going to be in the summertime, so hopefully the weather won't be killing us. But yes, you bring your tent, bring everything because you'll be camping out there. So yes. Yes, all guns, I'm going to tell you right now, all guns will be semi-auto only, except support gunners. However, when they get inside a building, they cannot shoot full auto. They can shoot full auto into a building, like into a window, but they cannot go into the building as an attacking or a clearing team and use their weapon inside there. I don't care if you have it polar starred and you can turn it down to 1 BB every trigger pull. I don't care. It's a support weapon. You're going to follow the support weapon rules. Medics, again, this particular individual, he hasn't read the rule set. So again, that's something that I will probably post on here as well is, hey, here's the rule set. Please read this. This will answer a lot of your questions along with uniforms. So there's been a lot of questions about, paying. So let's get into that right now while let me go ahead and close that off there. I got to sneeze, or maybe not. Oh, okay. So we were discussing pricing, and what it's going to be is if you're a veteran of the series. So if you played the first Black Dagger last year, your price is $75. early bird registration, which will start here in February, is $85, and then after early bird is over, it's $95. So that's that's one thing to think about. Getting in that early bird registration to cover, to save a little bit of money. Also, like I said, if you're a veteran of the series and you're coming in, that's the other thing to look forward to as well, is you're going to save a little bit of money. Now, for veterans, I do have the rosters from last year, and I do have everybody's receipts from last year. So this way we can turn around, and if someone says, well, I'm a vet of the series, I can pull through and say, yep, you are. What I will do is I will send you the code that allows you to enter it when you go to check out. That'll drop the price down for veterans, and it will let me know. So that's one thing to think about. And we once the code is used, like once or twice that day, we'll go in and we'll actually change the code, so you could share it all day long. It's not going to work. So yeah, that's that. Now let me get into it. Let me check and see if we have any questions here. No questions. Okay. So we were looking at this, and I talked to Dave, and he said this field can handle 400 players. Okay. I would love to sell out this field. So what I did was I broke each army down by platoon. There's 4 platoons per team. Each platoon has 5 squads in it, and each squad is 10 players. So, if you're a big team and you've got 17 players, when you go to register, you might want to say, well, I want on this platoon, and you buy all your tickets for Alpha, you buy all your tickets, say, for Bravo, so that way you guys are working together for the most part. I will tell you that in each platoon, the Alpha squad is like the command squad. So your platoon leader, your platoon sergeant, and potentially your radio operator for the platoon. Now, what I'm requiring, because there's always questions about radios, what I am requiring is the platoon leaders need to have radios. Their platoon sergeant and obviously their radio operator needs to have radios. The CO and XO, both teams need to have radio, and then the squad leaders for each squad need to have a radio or a designated radio operator that can talk to the platoon leader. The reason for this is it helps keep chatter clean. That way the squads can talk. If they need to talk to one another, they can talk squad to squad, or they can talk to the platoon leader, the platoon sergeant. And once we know what we're looking at, we are going to turn around and we'll let each side know what radio channels you are. So that way you're able to figure that out. And what I would suggest for you guys that are on the fence, and you're using Motorola talkabouts or something like that, is to start thinking about potentially purchasing the Bofang UVR 5s or 5Rs, I think they are. They're fully programmable, 26 channels, I believe, and then the frequency modes and stuff as well. So that way you can have the full range. Now, I will tell you, channels 1, 2, and 3 will be designated for our admin, emergency, and orders. So that way we can talk to once the CO gets his channel, he says, this is my channel, then we'll have that written down. So that way when we're giving fragos and we're giving mission updates and things of that nature, you guys are aware of it. Right now I'm working with it. We're setting up call signs for each platoon, and then each platoon will be broken down by squads. So that way there'll be 10 tickets in each squad. And we're hoping to have that all set up either tonight or first thing tomorrow, to have that out there. That's all I really have to give you guys right now. All I can tell you is because of the fact of where we're changing our AO to, you know, it's opening up so many possibilities. It's really going to allow us to do even more out there on the field. Um, you know, I will tell you, smoke grenades are allowed. The pea grenades are allowed. Thunder barracks are allowed. Um, so that will be one thing that will you guys will be able to use to the, you know, full of your ability. Other than that, that's all we really have at this time. More information will be coming out as we go more. We've already started reaching out to sponsors, to potential sponsors. So you know, we're gonna reach far and wide for this. We're gonna reach out to some of the big guns in the industry and see if they want to be part of this, and get them to come out and so on and so forth. So if anybody has excuse me, anybody has any questions or comments, I mean, you know, now is the time to ask away. Also, when you buy your tier 1 tickets, those will be broken down per side as well, so that way we know what side you're on. So we'll have that as well. We're probably going to do player support packages, which will be, you know, maybe smoke grenade packages, or 2 smoke grenades and 2 pea grenades. I won't know more about that until probably next week or so. So once I know what's going on there, I'll be able to give you guys more intel. If there's no questions, I'm going to go ahead and end off for today, for tonight. You know, it was good getting some of this information out there. This video will be on the community page, so that way you can watch it. How many beers are you in tonight? This will be my second. And this broadcast is brought to you by Bud Light. So, yeah. So it was good giving you guys just kind of the base around it. The other thing that I want to mention, and something we're going to be working on trying to use effectively out there on the field, is the BattleTac app. We were using it at Icebreaker. It is kind of cumbersome if you've never used it before, but I think if we can get platoon leaders to use it, and then we set channels for the platoon leaders to be on, and they can watch their squads. You know, the squad leader would have that ability. It's just one more thing to immerse yourself into the game, and we are going to probably do a video showing you guys how to use BattleTac. And I think it'd be a great asset out there on the field, especially if your commander way off and you're trying to get it saved Chris's phone. Oh, good call on that. So Chris from Phoenix Tactical, I think it was, Team Phoenix from Fort Benning out at Icebreaker, he lost his phone. And they used the BattleTac app to locate his phone out on the field. So there you go. But it's one of those apps that you got to start playing with now. And when you go out to write games, you kind of work with your team and using it. But it has a lot of great functionality. And you know, I paid for the version on mine, which gives me a little bit more accessibility. But being able to look at that and know that, oh, you have platoon 1 over here, platoon 3 here, and platoon 4 over here. And the platoon leader could say, well, I've got Alpha and Bravo over here reinforcing, but I've got Charlie and Delta over here. It's just a great way for a map to look at the field. So definitely check it out. You can download the BattleTac Lite free app. And it has pretty much all the same functions, but if you want a little bit more, go with the purchased app. Like I said, I think it's like $2 or $3. It's a one-time fee, but it goes off your GPS, so that's that's something that helps out a lot because it looks at your where you're standing, where your phone is at. So again, it's another good asset. And like I said, if you leave that, say, okay, your platoon leader and their radio operator is also going to be in charge of the battle tack for that platoon. You know, if I'm the CO and I call platoon one's leader and I say, hey, Saber platoon, Saber actual, this is headquarters. Can you tell me where Bravo squad is? And they look on it and like, oh yeah, Bravo squad's over here at R14. Even though I may not see all that, at least I can look on my map and say, okay, that's where Bravo squad is on R14. So I'm able to see that kind of stuff. So definitely something to look into, and it might be an asset to use out there on the field. So let me know what your thoughts are. But again, 4 platoons, 50 men per platoon or players, men or women, 200 players per side. It's just going to be amazing. Like I said, Friday night it's the tier 1 op, and what I'm planning for Friday, what I want to do is start the op around 7 that night and go till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, to really get in some good play, get into that night. So I would advise you guys, if you have tracer units, bring your tracer units. If you got tracer rounds, bring your bio tracer rounds. You know, things like that to look into. If you got night vision goggles, bring your night vision goggles. That's perfectly fine. We don't have a problem with that. Just remember, if they get shot out, though, it's your fault, not ours. You take responsibility for bringing your gear out. So that's all I have for you guys this time around for this first live Q&A session. I hope we see more of you guys tune in, because as we get closer to the event, it's just going to be phenomenal. And I don't think anybody wants to miss this event. So, you know, we're not Milsim West, we're not American Milsim, but that is one thing we try to give the same bang for your buck. Give you a nice stepping stone if you're a newer player to the Milsim arena. So check us out, watch this video, ask any questions you need to in the posting for it, and then plan on the next live Q&A session for Black Dagger 2 being at the end of February, after we do that full live broadcast at Walk Around. Hopefully we'll have cell signal out there, and I'll be able to broadcast live from the field, doing walkthroughs, showing you guys everything, and just having a great time. So again, this is Doc for Doc's Productions and Operation Black Dagger 2 saying have fun, stay safe, and we look forward to seeing you out at our op in August. Take care. Doc out.